My precious child, I am speaking with a divine authority that flows from my infinite love for you. I am commanding you to stop in this very moment. Do not move past this message. Do not tell yourself that you will return to it when life is quieter or when your list of tasks is shorter. This is not a coincidence. This is not a random occurrence in the middle of a distracted afternoon. I have intercepted your path today because I need to speak to the depths of your soul, and this conversation cannot be delayed. I know how fast your world moves. I see how quickly your fingers scroll and how easily your attention is pulled in 1,000 different directions by 1,000 different voices. But I am asking you to hear me now. Please listen with the ears of your spirit. The enemy of your soul does not want you to receive what I am about to say. He thrives in the noise and the rush, but what I am revealing to you right now is too vital to wait another second. I know that just a moment ago, your mind was racing. I know your heart has been feeling the weight of the world, and your spirit has been stretched until it feels thin and fragile. Even now, part of you is already jumping ahead to the next thing you must do, the things you haven't finished, or the ways you feel you have fallen behind. But I am inviting you to pause. Stay here with me just long enough to truly listen. This moment was arranged in the heavens before you were even aware of it. I stepped into your flow on purpose because I refuse to let you miss the very thing your soul has been crying out for in the silence. You may not even realize how close you were to moving past this invitation. You may not recognize how significant this pause is for your journey. It's not that I would ever stop loving you. My love is an eternal constant. But if you had hurried away, you would have walked past a door that I opened specifically for you. The enemy understands the power of timing. He knows that if he can distract you, exhaust you, or keep you in a state of constant rush, he can keep you from the truth that sets you free. That is why your life has felt so loud lately. That is why stillness has felt like a luxury you cannot afford. But I am louder than the chaos, and my voice is reaching you now. I am not commanding you to stop because I am frustrated with your pace. I am commanding you because I am your protector. I am not raising my voice in anger. I am raising it in urgency. I am like a father who sees a danger his child cannot yet perceive, calling out before you take another step in the wrong direction. I know you are strong. I have seen how much you have endured and how you have learned to keep moving even when your heart is breaking. But there are moments when human strength is not enough. There are seasons when listening becomes your very means of survival. You have been carrying questions that you don't even know how to put into words. You have been feeling a stirring deep inside that you cannot fully explain to anyone else. There is a sense that something is about to shift, that something must change, yet you haven't known where to turn or what to trust. You have wondered if I missed my guidance in the past, or if you moved too quickly when you should have waited. Those thoughts are precisely why I am speaking to you now. I see the quiet battles you fight when no one is watching. I see the nights when your body is still, but your mind is a storm of what-ifs. I see how you show up for everyone else while you feel completely invisible yourself. My child, I have never been absent from your struggles. I have been watching, guiding, and preparing you even when you felt most alone. This message is not intended to frighten you, but it is intended to wake you up. I am not here to overwhelm you with fear, but I will not soften the truth so much that it loses its power to save you. What I have to share is personal, it is timely, and it is connected to the very prayers you've stopped using words for. You might feel unprepared for something this serious. You might feel too exhausted to listen to anything deep. You might even feel a resistance rising within you, telling you that this is too much for today. Hear me clearly. That resistance is not from me. I bring clarity, not confusion. I bring peace, not pressure. But I also bring the truth, and truth often arrives with urgency because a further delay would cost you more than your attention ever could. Do not mistake this for just another message in a digital world. I do not speak lightly. I do not interrupt your life without a profound reason. When I ask you to listen, it is because I'm about to realign something in your life that has been off balance for far too long. It is because I'm about to resolve something that has been left unanswered. I am protecting you from a path that looks safe on the surface but leads to a place of deeper emptiness. You have been faithful in the small, hidden ways that you think don't matter. You have been holding on through seasons that you thought would break you. I want to correct your perspective, gently but firmly. You have not been forgotten. You have not been passed over. You have not fallen behind. You are standing at a moment where your next step matters more than you can imagine. This pause is not a delay, it is part of your direction. This listening is part of your healing. If you try to rush past it, you will continue to carry the weight that was meant to be lifted here. The enemy has been whispering that you are too busy for me, that you are too inconsistent, or that you don't have the energy to engage deeply. But I am not asking for what you don't have. I am asking for the attention you are already giving away to things that cannot restore your soul. Stay here. Breathe. Let your shoulders relax. You are safe in my presence. You are not in trouble. You are not being judged. You are being invited into clarity. I will not waste your time. Every word I speak is intentional, and every moment you give me now will return to you as a profound peace later. Do not let the urgency frighten you. Let it focus you. This is a call toward life. I see what you cannot yet see, and I want you to walk forward with confidence instead of fear. I know how full your life feels. I know how every hour is claimed before it even begins. But later is the place where many answers are lost. That is why I am speaking now. I see how you move from responsibility to responsibility, rarely stopping long enough to feel what is actually happening inside your heart. You have become skilled at pushing forward even when you are empty. But my child, you were not created to live on fumes. The hesitation you felt when you stopped to listen did not make me angry, it made me more urgent. I know how easily moments like this are snatched away. The enemy hopes you will convince yourself that this can wait. He knows that if he can delay you, he doesn't have to attack you. Distraction is the greatest threat to your peace. It wasn't a choice you made to drift. It happened slowly, little by little, through the noise of a busy life. I am stepping in because I see where continued silence would lead you. I see how postponing this listening would only deepen the confusion you've been feeling. You tell yourself you just need to get through this season, but seasons don't settle on their own. They shape you while you are in them. I am interrupting you now, before you are depleted beyond repair. I honor your endurance, but endurance without direction leads only to burnout. Strength without stillness leads to numbness, and I refuse to let that be your future. This is about connection, not control. There are truths I want to remind you of that cannot be heard over the constant hum of the world. There are burdens I want to lift that you keep carrying simply because you haven't paused long enough to lay them down. I speak when hearts are open, even if minds are busy. Silence in this moment would be too costly. I am deeply invested in your life. I see how powerfully your future can be changed by this one small moment of listening.
You have felt off balance lately, like you are moving but not always arriving. That feeling is a signal, and I am responding to it now. You do not need to brace yourself for punishment. Everything I say to you is wrapped in an infinite love. My urgency is meant to draw you closer, not push you away. I would rather interrupt your schedule today than watch you drift into a deeper exhaustion tomorrow. My beloved, I see the questions you've been asking in secret. I hear the words you form only in your thoughts because you're afraid of what the answer might require. Your question has already reached the throne of heaven. You may feel like you've been waiting too long, but silence does not mean I am absent. I have heard the fear beneath your questions and the weariness wrapped around your spirit. I know there are moments when you feel stuck, suspended between what was and what is supposed to come next.
You have tried to be patient, but there are days when confusion feels heavier than hope. I see those days. I know you want to be sure that you haven't missed your moment or wasted your life. My child, your spirit has been crying out for confirmation, and I am here to give it to you. I do not grow weary of your seeking. That restlessness inside you is not a sign that you are lost. It is the sound of your spirit responding to my leading before your mind can understand it. I see how you second-guess yourself, wondering if one wrong step could undo everything. Those worries are not the truth. I have not been silent because I didn't care. I have been quiet because the answer you seek is about alignment and timing, not just information. Quick answers are not always kind. They can lead you into battles you aren't yet prepared to face. My love for you is proven by my faithfulness, not by my speed. While you were waiting, I was working on you. I was strengthening your inner life and teaching you to rely on my character rather than your circumstances. I am withholding nothing from you out of distance. I am guarding the answer until it can be received without fear or pressure. Your longing has been noticed. Your confusion has been met with my compassion. Heaven has received your cry, and I am responding in a way that heals. Understand this deeply. The delay you've been wrestling with was never a rejection. It was protection. I know it didn't feel that way. I know it felt like silence, but I was standing between you and a harm you could not see. There were doors you wanted opened quickly, but I saw the traps hidden beyond them. I slowed you down to preserve you. You thought you were being held back, but in truth, you were being shielded under the shadow of my wings. I intercepted the spiritual battles before they ever reached you. I blocked the alliances that would have sabotaged your peace. I know it was hard to wait, but if you had moved when you wanted to, you would have stepped into wounds I never intended for you to carry. My silence was intentional. I was building patience where haste once ruled. I was deepening your roots so that when the harvest comes, you will be able to stand against the wind. Timing matters more than desire. Certainty without readiness leads only to fear. I was not testing you for my benefit. I was protecting your future for yours. I do not rush what I value, and I do not hurry what I intend to last forever. You are not the same person you were when you first asked the question, and that is a miracle in itself. The delay didn't weaken you. It protected the very core of who you are. You were never being pushed away. You were being pulled closer. You were never being denied. You were being defended. Trust is formed in the waiting, and timing is revealed through your patience. You are standing on ground that is steadier than it was before. You are closer to the answer than you realize, and you are safer than you can possibly know. Every moment of this waiting was held in my hands and guided by my love for you.
My child, let us sit here together in the cathedral of this silence. You have spent so much of your life trying to build a world that felt safe, only to find that the foundations of the world are made of shifting sand. You have built walls to keep the pain out, but those same walls have kept my light from reaching the darkest corners of your heart. Today, I am not here to tear you down, but to help you rebuild. We are going to lay a new foundation, one that is not made of your effort, but of my eternal rest. I want to speak to you about the beauty of the broken earth. Have you ever watched a gardener prepare the soil? They must break the hard ground before the seed can find a home. You have felt broken by life, shattered by disappointment, and crushed by the weight of things you could not change. But I want you to see your brokenness through my eyes. To me, those cracks are not signs of failure. They are the only way the water of my spirit can reach the roots of your soul. Do not be afraid of the breaking, for it is the beginning of your blooming. Let us address the burden of performance. You have lived your life as if you were on a stage, constantly looking for the approval of the crowd. But child, the crowd is fickle, and their applause is an empty sound. In this stillness, there is no audience. There is only the Father and the child. I loved you before you did your first work, and I will love you when your strength is gone. You don't have to do anything to be worthy of this moment. Your only task is to receive. I see your fear of the silent spaces. You have filled every second of your day with noise because you were afraid of what you might hear if things became too quiet. You were afraid that in the silence you would find only your own emptiness. But look around you now. In this silence, you are not finding emptiness. You are finding me. I was always in the quiet, waiting for you to stop running. The silence is not a void. It is the womb where new life is being formed. Don't be afraid to sit here with nothing but your breath. This is where the real work of transformation happens.
Receive my healing for your regrets. You carry a heavy bag of if-onlys. If only I had said this. If only I hadn't gone there. You have replayed your mistakes 1,000 times, hoping that a different ending would appear. But my child, I am the God who redeems time. I take the ashes of your past and I make them the fuel for your future. I am not looking at who you were. I am looking at who you are becoming in my hands. Drop the bag of regrets at my feet. It is too heavy for you to carry into the new season I have prepared. I am granting you the grace of the small beginnings. Do not despise the day of small things. A great peace does not arrive like a sudden storm. It grows like a tiny seed in the dark. You may not feel a dramatic change right now, but the shift has begun. The light is pushing back the shadows. The rhythm of your heart is slowing down to match mine. You are being realigned with the frequency of heaven. Trust the quiet progress. Trust the invisible growth. As we close this hour of restoration, carry this sanctuary within you. You don't have to leave this peace behind when you return to the world. It is a portable temple. It is a hidden spring. When the world becomes loud again, just close your eyes for a second and remember this breath. I am there. I am always there. You are built on the rock. You are sheltered by the Word. You are beloved by the I Am. My child, let your spirit expand until it fills the space around you. You have lived for so long in a state of contraction, pulling yourself inward to hide from the coldness of the world. You have made yourself small so you wouldn't be noticed, so you wouldn't be hurt again. but I am here to tell you that the universe is not big enough to contain the love I have for you. Stop trying to hide. It is time to breathe with the full capacity of your lungs. It is time to exist without apology. I want to speak to you about the illusion of unworthiness. You have a list in your mind, a list of all the reasons why you think I should be disappointed in you. You think your flaws are barriers that keep me away, but listen to me. I am the artist, and I am not surprised by the texture of the clay. Your shortcomings are simply the places where I am still working. They are not gaps where my love is missing. They are the very places where my grace is most active. You do not have to become better to be loved. You are loved, and that is what makes you better. Let us settle the restlessness of your ambition. You are constantly chasing a version of enough that is always just out of reach. You think that if you could just achieve more, earn more, or be more, you would finally find rest. But that is the world's treadmill, and it has no end. My rest is not a reward for your hard work. It is the foundation for your work. You don't work to get to me. You work from the place of already being held by me. Let the striving die down. The race is over, and you have already won because you are mine. I see your fear of being forgotten. You look at the billions of people on this earth, and you wonder if you are just a number. You wonder if your specific pain and your specific dreams are lost in the noise of a crowded planet. My child, if you were the only soul in all of creation, I would still have endured everything just to find you. I do not love humanity in general. I love you in particular. I know the melody of your heartbeat. I know the scent of your prayers. You are never a face in the crowd to me. You are the child in my arms. Receive my lullaby for the anxious mind. Your thoughts are like birds trapped in a cage, fluttering and beating their wings against the bars of what if. I am opening the door of that cage tonight. You don't have to figure out the solution to every problem before you can sleep. I am the God of the night watch. While you rest, I am moving the mountains. While you dream, I am arranging the details of your tomorrow. You are safe to let go. You are permitted to be weak, for my strength is made perfect in your surrender. I am giving you the eyes of eternity. Stop looking only at the obstacles directly in front of your feet. Lift your gaze. The trial you are in is but a single heartbeat in the context of eternity. The shadow you see is not a wall. It is just proof that there is a great light shining behind you. I am weaving a tapestry that you cannot see from the underside. From where you sit, the threads look tangled and messy, but from where I sit, it is a portrait of glory. Trust the weaver. Trust the plan. As this hour of communion deepens, feel the warmth of my presence like a blanket around your soul. There is no judgment here. There is no shame. There is only the vast, quiet, overwhelming reality that you are cherished beyond measure. Let this truth settle into yourselves. Let it become the rhythm of your breathing. My child, we have reached the end of the day's journey, and the light of the world is fading to make room for my stars. You have been running for so long, looking for a home in things that were never meant to hold you. You have looked for home in the approval of others, in the safety of your bank accounts, in the strength of your own hands. But your soul is still restless, because your soul remembers where it truly belongs. I am your home. I am the beginning of your story, and I am its beautiful conclusion. I want to speak to you about the mystery of the quiet heart. You think that to be close to me, you must be doing great things, praying long prayers, or living a perfect life. But I tell you, I am most present in your simple yes. I am most found when you have nothing left to offer but your breath.
Do not be ashamed of your emptiness tonight. Empty vessels are the only ones I can fill. Your tiredness is not a barrier. It is the very invitation I have been waiting for. Bring me your nothingness and let me show you my everything.
Let us release the ghost of your former self. You are still haunted by the person you used to be, the version of you that made those mistakes, that felt that shame, that walked away when you should have stayed. You look in the mirror and you see a history of failures. But when I look at you, I see a masterpiece in progress. I see the person I am making you into, a person of depth, of compassion, and of unshakable light. The old has been washed away by my grace. Stop trying to resurrect a ghost that I have already laid to rest. Walk forward as the new creation you are. I see your loneliness in the crowd. You feel that even if people know your name, they do not know your heart. You feel that you are a secret kept from the world. My child, you are no secret to me. I was there in the secret place of your mother's womb. I was there when you took your first step. I was there in the moments of your greatest joy and your deepest, unspeakable grief. I know the texture of your soul better than you know it yourself. You are the most understood person in the universe because the one who made you is the one who holds you. You will never be alone again. Receive my shield for the coming days. You are worried about what tomorrow will bring, about the challenges that wait for you when the sun rises. Hear my promise. My grace is not a stockpile you get all at once. It is a daily manna. You do not have grace for tomorrow yet, because tomorrow isn't here. But when you wake up, the grace will be there waiting for you, fresh and new as the morning dew. You only ever have to live in this 1 minute, and in this minute you are perfectly provided for. I am giving you the peace of the finished work. You have been trying to save yourself, trying to fix yourself, trying to heal yourself, but the work is already done. On the cross, I paid for it all. In my resurrection, I secured it all. You are not a work in progress that might fail. You are a child of the King, whose victory is already certain. Sleep now with the confidence of a winner. Sleep with the peace of one who knows the end of the book. We win. Love wins. You win. As the world drifts away, let my voice be the last thing you hear. You are precious. You are beautiful. You are mine. I am watching over your house. I am guarding your loved ones. I am keeping the light burning until the day dawns. My beloved child, stay here in this sanctuary of sound. I want to speak to the part of you that feels like a masterpiece that has been torn apart. You look at the events of your life, the detours, the losses, the betrayals, and the moments of profound weakness, and all you see is a tangled mess of broken threads. You wonder how anything beautiful could ever come from such chaos. But I am the sacred weaver, and I see your life from the other side of the loom. I want to talk to you about the strength of the dark threads. In every great tapestry, there must be dark colors to give the light its meaning. You have cursed the shadows in your life. You have prayed for the midnight seasons to end, thinking they were a sign of my absence. But I tell you, I am often most present in the darkness. The dark threads are the ones that hold the gold together. The pain you endured have given you a strength that comfort never could. The sorrow you felt has widened your heart to hold more of my joy. Do not fear the darker colors. They are what make the light in you so radiant. Let us heal the wound of comparison. You have spent so much energy looking at the tapestry of others, wondering why their lines look so straight and their colors so bright, while yours feel messy. You have judged your middle by someone else's end. My child, stop looking away from the work I am doing in you. You are not a copy. You are an original design. I am not weaving you into their pattern. I am creating something in you that has never been seen before in all eternity. Your pace is perfect because it is my pace. Your path is unique because it is my choice. Rest in your own skin. I see the tiredness of your decision-making. You are weary from trying to figure out the right way to go. You are afraid that one wrong turn will unravel the whole design. Listen to the voice of truth. I am so much bigger than your mistakes. If you take a wrong step, I am the God who weaves that detour back into the main road. I am the God who uses even the wrong threads to create the perfect finish. You don't have to be perfect to stay in my plan. You just have to stay close to the weaver. Trust my hands more than you trust your own sense of direction. Receive my blessing over your unfinished stories. There are chapters in your life that feel like they ended too soon or ended without an explanation. There are relationships that are still broken and dreams that are still buried. I want you to know that the story isn't over just because the page turned. I am the author who knows how to write a comeback from every setback. I am the God of the 8th day, the day of new beginnings. The parts of your life that feel unfinished are simply waiting for the right thread to be woven in. Be patient with the process. I never leave a masterpiece incomplete. I am giving you the piece of the present thread. You are so worried about the whole picture that you have forgotten to enjoy the thread I am working with right now. This moment, this breath, this stillness, this is the thread I am working with today. You don't have to carry the weight of the next 10 years. You only have to carry the grace for this 1 hour. I am providing everything you need for this stitch. Let the future rest in my hands.
As the silence wraps around you like a soft garment, feel the tension melting away. You are not the weaver. You are the work of art. You don't have to be in control. You don't have to be the one who holds it all together. That is my job. Your job is to be still, to be loved, and to let me finish what I started. My child, let the world and its constant noise drift away into the distance. You have been like a ship tossed on a restless sea, trying to find a harbor in the middle of a gale. You have looked at the horizon and seen only waves, and you have wondered if there is anything solid left to hold on to. I am here to tell you that I am the rock beneath the waves. I am the anchor that does not slip. Today, we are not just looking for a temporary calm. We are finding the peace that exists even when the storm is still raging. I want to speak to you about the illusion of uncertainty. You feel anxious because you cannot see the next mile of your life. You feel that because the path is hidden, the path must be dangerous. But my child, I am the light on your path. A light does not need to show you the whole mountain. It only needs to show you where to place your foot for the very next step. Do not exhaust yourself by trying to live in a future that has not yet been born. I am already there, and I am already here.
You are safe in the now because I am the master of the forever. Let us address the weight of the what-ifs. Your mind has become a courtroom where you are constantly trying a future that hasn't happened yet. You worry about the what-ifs of lack, of loss, and of being alone. But have you ever stopped to consider the what-ifs of my grace? What if I provide more than you can imagine? What if this ending is the only way for a glorious beginning to take root? What if your greatest weakness is the very place where my power will finally be revealed? Replace your fear with curiosity. Replace your dread with an expectation of my goodness. I see your weariness from carrying the truth. You have been the one who holds everyone else together. You have been the strong one, the reliable one, the one who smiles so others don't have to cry. But who holds you, my child? In this moment, I am commanding you to let the strong version of you take a rest. You don't have to be the pillar of your family or your workplace right now. You can be the child who is carried. Let me be the strength that sustains you. Lay your head against my heart and let my heartbeat become your only responsibility. Receive my cleansing for your inner vision. You have been looking at your life through the lens of your past disappointments. You expect the same patterns to repeat, the same doors to close, the same hearts to turn cold. But I am the God of the new thing. I am not bound by your history. I am not limited by your previous chapters. I am washing away the grit and the dust from your eyes. Wake up to the reality that my mercies are not just old stories, but they are new every single morning. See the hope that is standing right in front of you. I am granting you the peace of the eternal perspective. The things that feel like mountains today will look like pebbles from the heights of eternity. The pain that feels permanent is but a momentary cloud passing over the sun. I am inviting you to breathe the air of heaven. Here there is no lack. Here there is no fear. Here you are already complete. Carry a piece of this heaven back into your day. Let it be the secret source of your smile when the world is chaotic. As the silence deepens, let your soul drop its anchor. You are not drifting anymore. You are not lost in the fog. You are moored in the harbor of my love, and nothing in heaven or on earth can pull you away from me. Rest in the certainty of being known. Rest in the safety of being loved. My beloved child, welcome to this hidden sanctuary, a place where the thorns of the world cannot reach you. You have spent so much time wandering in the desert of doing, trying to find life in the dry places of achievement and approval. You are weary, and your heart has become parched under the heat of expectation. I am here to lead you to the living waters. I am here to remind you that your soul was never meant to be a battlefield. It was designed to be a garden where we walk together in the cool of the day. I want to speak to you about the season of the seed. You have been feeling frustrated because you cannot see the fruits of your labor. You feel as though you are buried in the dark, covered by the weight of silence and hiddenness. But my child, do not mistake being buried for being finished. The seed must embrace the dark before it can reach for the sun. This time of nothingness is actually a time of deep preparation. I am working in the soil of your character, strengthening your roots so that when your season of blooming arrives, you will be unshakable. Trust the dark, for it is where life begins.
let us address the branches of too much. Your mind has become a courtroom where you are constantly trying a future that hasn't happened yet. You worry about the what-ifs of lack, of loss, and of being alone. But have you ever stopped to consider the what-ifs of my grace? What if I provide more than you can imagine? What if this ending is the only way for a glorious beginning to take root? What if your greatest weakness is the very place where my power will finally be revealed? Replace your fear with curiosity. Replace your dread with an expectation of my goodness. I see your weariness from carrying the truth. You have been the one who holds everyone else together. You have been the strong one, the reliable one, the one who smiles so others don't have to cry. But who holds you, my child? In this moment, I am commanding you to let the strong version of you take a rest. You don't have to be the pillar of your family or your workplace right now. You can be the child who is carried. Let me be the strength that sustains you. Lay your head against my heart and let my heartbeat become your only responsibility. Receive my cleansing for your inner vision. You have been looking at your life through the lens of your past disappointments. You expect the same patterns to repeat, the same doors to close, the same hearts to turn cold. But I am the God of the new thing. I am not bound by your history. I am not limited by your previous chapters. I am washing away the grit and the dust from your eyes. Wake up to the reality that my mercies are not just old stories, but they are new every single morning. See the hope that is standing right in front of you. I am granting you the peace of the eternal perspective. The things that feel like mountains today will look like pebbles from the heights of eternity. The pain that feels permanent is but a momentary cloud passing over the sun. I am inviting you to breathe the air of heaven. Here there is no lack. Here there is no fear. Here you are already complete. Carry a piece of this heaven back into your day. Let it be the secret source of your smile when the world is chaotic. As the silence deepens, let your soul drop its anchor. You are not drifting anymore. You are not lost in the fog. You are moored in the harbor of my love, and nothing in heaven or on earth can pull you away from me. Rest in the certainty of being known. Rest in the safety of being loved.
Receive my rain over your dry places. You have felt emotionally empty, spiritually dry, and mentally exhausted. Close your eyes and feel the soft rain of my grace falling upon you now. It is soaking into the thirsty soil of your heart. It is washing away the dust of disappointment. It is awakening the dreams that you thought had died. You don't have to work for this water. You only have to be still and receive it. Let your soul drink deeply. There is more than enough for you. I am granting you the peace of the quiet growth. Real growth doesn't make a sound. The flowers don't scream when they bloom. And the trees don't groan when they reach for the sky. They simply exist in my light, and they become what they were meant to be. I am inviting you into that same ease. Stop trying to force your transformation. Stop trying to make things happen. Just stay in the sunlight of my love, and you will grow naturally, beautifully, and in my perfect timing. As the silence surrounds you, feel yourself becoming a lush garden again. The fragrance of peace is rising from your spirit. The colors of joy are returning to your thoughts.
You are a place of rest, not just for yourself, but for all who come near you. You are nourished. You are cherished. You are alive. You are my vineyard. You are my delight. You are whole. Be still. Be still. Be still. And know that I am your source.